So I've been wanting a mobile drawing tablet for the longest time, and I didn't want to buy an iPad mainly because I have a storage system that I like to use, and the iPad ecosystem doesn't allow that storage system to exist or in the manner that I like to use it. So I kept waiting and waiting and waiting until one day they announced the Surface Pro 8. So have I found the tablet of my dreams, or is it just a disappointment of my expectations? Let's talk about the specs. The specs on my Surface Pro 8 are the 11th Gen Core i7 processor with 250 gigs of storage and 16 gigabytes of RAM, all while running Windows 11. I purchased the model with the lower end storage because I could just theoretically upgrade the storage myself for a cheaper cost or a fraction of the cost of what they are offering on the Windows or Microsoft store as of late. You could just buy an extra 1 terabyte of like Toshiba laptop memory and plug it into your device yourself if you really wanted to get extra storage. But I have yet to do so because I am kind of lazy, and I have cloud storage that I am currently utilizing that stores all the files that I need, so I can access them from any one of my computers at a whim. So I haven't had the reason to do it yet, but I will be doing it in the future when I want to have more files on hand and save files for like presets and stuff like that on my device. But as of now, I do not. Along with the purchase of the tablet, I did purchase something else, the keyboard and pen. So let's talk about those two real quick. The keyboard itself, it's alright. It has a felt/cardboard type covering on it, making it lightweight and durable enough to use as a case protector for the tablet itself. When typing on the keyboard, there is a noticeable flex if you're heavy-handed enough on the keyboard when you are in the more ergonomic state where it's slightly slanted and you're typing on said keyboard, but it isn't a really major like down draw. It hasn't broken. I don't put all my weight on it. I don't expect anyone to put all their weight on it either, so it is kind of what it is. The keys on the keyboard have fairly decent actuation points, meaning that you don't have to put too much pressure on the keys to be able to register the keystrokes when you're typing on it, but they do have a type of flex when you are typing on it. Again, the whole keyboard has a slight type of flex if you're typing on it at the ergonomic angle, which is like when the keyboard is magnetically attached to the tablet itself. One of the major misses with this keyboard is that you have to have it attached to be able to actually use the said keyboard. The keyboard itself doesn't have any Bluetooth technology built into it, so when it's attached, it connects with the connector points and then it's able to be used and registered as a keyboard for the tablet, which is kind of a miss due to the price point of the actual keyboard and pen combination, but that will be discussed later on in the video. The keyboard itself, like I said, is just all right. So there isn't anything really special about this keyboard. The only thing special about it is that you can actually charge your pen, your Slim Pen 2 on it. If you purchase the keyboard that comes with the Slim Pen 2, it comes with a little slot that you can slot in the Slim Pen 2 and it charges it while it's connected to the tablet itself. So let's talk about the Slim Pen 2. The Slim Pen 2 is Microsoft's golden accomplishment for the digital note-taking and drawing experience, according to them. It has Bluetooth 5.0, 4096 levels of pressure sensitivity, a side button on the pen, and a top button that can be used as an eraser also. They claim that you can use the pen up to nearly 15 hours, but I have no way of confirming that because I do not use the pen up to 15 hours. The tablet itself doesn't last that long. It lasts around like 6 to 7.5 hours. So I have no way of actually confirming that because when I am done with using the pen, I just put it back in the slot where it rests in the keyboard and attaches the keyboard to the tablet itself, so it's always charging and being fully charged. So I have no way of confirming that unless one day I just sit there for 15 hours, which I'm not going to do. But yeah, they claim it could go up to that. I have no clue. So the pen is a draft style type pen, meaning that it's a flatter type pen. It's not a rounded pen. I didn't know if I was going to like this at first, but after using it for a long time, I've actually didn't really notice. Like, honestly, it just feels like a pencil to me that I'm holding, so it's not a problem in that regard, and I can hold it for hours on end without feeling any type of fatigue in my wrist or anything like that. So overall, it's a pretty decent pen. So I do want to note that they do say they have haptic feedback built into the pen, but I haven't yet to notice it because the apps and programs that I use do not utilize the haptic feedback system built in, so I have no way of verifying that it does feel like pencil to paper or something like that they claim. I highly doubt it does, but it could be like a cool little nifty feeling to it if you want to have that haptic feedback, or you could just turn it off in the pen itself. I believe you could do that in the settings. So that's up to you. If you want to use it, you can use it. I don't use it because my programs don't use it. Now I want to move on to the topic of features and software that the tablet has on its own. So first things first, one of the things I forgot to mention is that the tablet itself is 13 inches. So it is a fairly decent sized tablet. It is not too big and it's not too small. In my opinion, it's pretty much the perfect size to carry around with you anywhere you want to go and be able to whip out the pencil and just draw with it. It also has a nice little bordering around it. So it's not edge to edge screen. It has a nice little bordering around it, allowing you to pick up the tablet. So when you're picking up the tablet, you don't make activation points where you don't need to or necessarily want them to occur. That little border around it allows that to not happen as much, unless you have pretty wide fingers, then it might occur. But for me, it doesn't occur as much. The screen itself, I do also want to mention that the screen itself gets pretty bright. So if you're in a bright setting, you shouldn't have any issues with drawing, or if you're in a dim setting, you could dim it down to a fairly low dimmability and still be able to see what you're drawing without burning your eyes because of the white brightness of the tablet itself. So the tablet comes with a built-in stand. The stand allows you to have multiple different typing angles and 2 different drawing angles. The first drawing angle is without actually utilizing the stand, and just having the tablet face down on its flat side and you hovering over and drawing it that way. Or you can put the stand up, push the tablet down till it can't go any further, and then it'll have an angle on which you could draw, which is I find more comfortable with, and I actually enjoy that angle. It also sports a camera in the front, which allows you to unlock your device with face home hello or whatever Windows called it, pretty much Face ID. It's just a nice little feature to quickly get into your device after the first boot up of the day or coming out of a sleep mode type system. The Surface Pro 8 comes with the Windows 11 Home Edition, and when you first boot up the actual device, you will notice that you have an application called Surface. The Surface app allows you to customize your pen capabilities to your heart's content, but it doesn't really have that full much of customization, even though they tout that they have 4093 sensitivity pressure levels. It doesn't allow you to customize it to your whim and your personal preference of said pressure levels, so it just gives you a little scale of what you can utilize it from. I wish they allowed you to customize it fully, but they don't. And they also don't allow you in the application to fully customize the buttons. They do have buttons that you can customize, but they are the drop down type buttons, so preset buttons that you could change it to. If you really wanted to change it, you have to use a third-party application. The third-party application that I use is called Tablet Pro Pen Tool. This allows me to change the buttons to whatever I want. I can put any keybinds in it. It's a great tool, but it shouldn't need to exist. Like I said, Windows should just allow you to customize the sensitivity levels and the button to whatever you want in the app itself, the Surface app itself, instead of you having to rely on a third-party application. Again, the application is amazing. It does exactly what I need it to do, but you shouldn't have to purchase a third-party app or find a free third-party app to be able to do that basic customization to your own device. I could go on and on about the lackluster software that Windows 11 gives you to be able to customize your own device, but that'll turn into a rant video. So let's move on to how it actually feels to draw on this tablet. In my personal opinion, drawing on this tablet feels great, honestly speaking. Though the apps that I use do not use the full functionality of the touch type capabilities, I am having a blast nonetheless. And what I mean by that, the drawing app of choice that I use is Paint Tool Sci, and that does not utilize the gestures, so I cannot zoom in or like turn the canvas in the way that you can use with your offhand to be able to maneuver around the canvas. But I have tested it in Whiteboard and it works, and I've tested it in the other drawing application that I sometimes use mainly for text and different type of brushes, and that is called Affinity Designer. So I used it in there and it works like a charm. I have no issues with that. Palm rejection is really good. I haven't had an issue with palm rejection when drawing on the tablet. I do want to have a caveat though. I mainly do not utilize my naked palm to draw on the tablet. I tend to have a artist glove on when I am creating artwork, so I can glide across the tablet without causing like unnecessary like smudges or my hand getting like sweaty and stuff like that and leaving all these marks on the tablet. So I utilize that. So your mileage may vary. If you do not have a artist glove on, you might get some issues with palm rejection, but I haven't noticed any one of the times, the very few times actually, that I use the tablet without having the artist glove on. So I haven't had any issues there. One thing that did freak me out is that I'm a very heavy-handed drawer. So when I am drawing, I tend to put a little bit more pressure. So I scaled my pressure sensitivity to the best I can with their limited capabilities of allowing you to scale the pressure sensitivity to ways that allows you to draw in a free flow manner, in my opinion. But when I do draw, sometimes when I am trying to get a bigger line from the pen pressure sensitivity, I will see the screen compact a bit underneath like the pen itself, and you could see like a little blackish type of circle around where the pen point is pressing down on. But I haven't had any issues of the screen breaking or anything like that, so I'm not really too concerned about it. Another thing that you should keep in mind if you are heavy-handed when you're drawing or when you like to put your arm on the tablet is that the stand on the tablet itself does flex a bit when you are pushing it down. If you're doing it at the drawing angle that I like to use it at, it does push down, but it does just bounce back up. I was very concerned about it beforehand, but I haven't had any issues with it. The hinge seems to be pretty well. Just don't put all your weight on it. Like, I don't expect anyone to actually put all their weight on it, but just a heads up, don't put all your weight on it, or it might break the stand capabilities on the tablet that it's built in with. Even though I personally enjoy this tablet, is it worth it? Well, before we could say it's worth it, let's talk about the price. My tablet cost me a whopping $1,399.99 for the specs that I selected at the time of my purchase, and the keyboard and pen combo cost me an extra $279.99. And you don't get a discount on the keyboard and pen combo when you buy it together with the tablet. So it's a fixed flat fee extra alongside of the tablet itself. Now, I do want to say you could customize the tablet to however specs you want, and it could cost more or less than what I purchased. These are just the specs that I decided to go with because, once again, I said I could just upgrade the storage if I really wanted to in the future myself. So I wasn't really pressed about buying extra storage on the tablet. But the pen will most likely always be the same price point, around $280, because they don't tend to have discounts or sales. But if they do in the future have discounts and sales, you might get it at a cheaper price point. I do believe it's kind of money grabby that they did it this way. They didn't offer like a bundle discount for if you buy the tablet, you're incentivized to purchase the pen and keyboard with it. Even if you purchase the pen itself, you don't get a charger, you just get the pen. So you would have to purchase a charger separately, which brings us to like a weird realm where it's putting arts on a pedestal like it used to be, where arts were only for the elitists and for the wealthy. Now, I'm not saying that's their overall goal, but I can see where some people may take issue with it, and it could be viewed in that light. So in the end, is the Surface Pro 8 worth it? For me, yes, because it does everything that I wanted, and I didn't want to get an iPad or anything of the sorts. I wanted a mobile tablet that runs Windows, that can connect to all my Windows devices and just work seamlessly. So for me, yes. For you, maybe not, because the price point is a little bit high up there. If you're not willing to drop that amount of money, you could always buy an iPad, some other type of mobile drawing tablet, or if you already have a laptop, you could just buy a tablet that just plugs into your PC, that's a screenless tablet, and you could draw on the side or in front of your laptop and utilize the screen on your laptop. There's a little bit more of a disconnect there, but it's a fairly easy to work around once you get used to it, so it doesn't really break the bank if you want to go that route either. But if you are looking for a mobile screen drawing tablet and you don't want to be in the Apple ecosystem, you are not going to be disappointed. I thoroughly enjoy utilizing this tablet, and all honesty, even though I don't agree with the price point, I bought it anyways because I wanted one, and it's what I've wanted for a while, and I've been thoroughly happy with it. So if you want to purchase this tablet, you can, but if you don't, you don't have to. You could just purchase something else that fits your needs more comfortably. Unless, of course, you're watching this in the future and something greater, better, cheaper in price range, but has more features and it's just overall better comes out, then buy that instead. You don't have to buy this. But I digress. And with that, I would like to thank you guys for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Don't forget to follow me on my social media. You'll see an animation playing right now, which is going to be subject to change. It has all the platforms that I'm currently on at the moment, so they are linked down below. So go follow me over there. And don't forget to follow me on Twitch, twitch.tv/EldenDraws, where I go live. I do art and gaming, mainly gaming at the moment, but there will be more art in the future that we will be creating together. So go live over there if you want to hang out with me and ask me random questions and just chill. We do usually just chill a lot. So once again, thank you guys for watching. and I'll see you later. Peace. Bye-bye.